gosh, oh my... Oh. Batman! Whoa!
You're darn right, whoa.
Wait, does Batman live in Bruce Wayne's basement?
No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
The Joker puts in motion his largest scale plan to terrorize Gotham City yet. In order to stop him, Batman must first face his feelings and his ego.
The good.
Based on the media Lego's released in the past few years, this movie comes with much of what you can probably expect, including a Lego brick style of animation and a self-aware sense of humor. This comes in handy because most of the jokes are digs at Batman. Brand, character, image, mythos, villains, you name it. Some of these jokes come in the form of little references to Batman's history, which fans of the character might appreciate. The self-awareness also begets, for the purpose of this movie, a new spin on a unique dynamic shared between Batman and the Joker. For what this movie sets out to be, the cast of this movie does a good job, and I want to throw a particular spotlight on Michael Cera as Robin. Mostly for the reasoning that he's usually typecast as a very timid, awkward kind of person, whereas the mold in which he plays Robin in this movie is very hyperactive and giddy.
The iffy.
If you saw the Lego movie, the Batman you saw in that movie is in this movie. Although I'm not positive about whether or not this movie shares continuity with the Lego movie. I think it's just meant to be its own thing. Trying really hard to be dark, broody, edgy, and macho throughout pretty much the entire film. To a degree, this personality can kind of get old, even though a big part of the plot involves Batman trying to overcome that aspect of his character. Zach Galifianakis plays the Joker in this movie. It is the Lego version of the Joker, so it's not taken too seriously. It's not meant to be super dark or sadistic. It's meant mostly for laughs. But the thing is, I think it would have been really funny if Mark Hamill or someone who sounded like Mark Hamill's Joker would have read these lines in this movie, but instead they got Zach Galifianakis. Lego characters from other universes appear in this movie, such as Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Godzilla, King Kong, etc., etc. If you're gonna make a Lego Batman movie, focus on Batman and leave the crossover stuff for Lego Dimensions or the proper Lego movie. They give the Batman elements about 85 to 90% of the focus, so for the most part they're okay.
The bad.
This movie's got about 1.5 million jokes in it, which is not abnormal for Lego-based media. On the other hand, there's also not a whole lot of levity. To put the Lego movie on a pedestal for a second, it was a lot more balanced than this movie. For as many jokes as it made, it also had plenty of character arcs and emotions to get invested in. In short, humor heavily outweighs emotion in this movie. However, I do think that was the intention of the filmmakers, so I'm not going to hold it against them that much.
The verdict?
This movie is a loose interpretation of the Batman mythos, with a lot of fun jokes at its expense. This movie knows exactly what it wants to be, and it hits that mark. It's not huge in the emotional department, but it's pretty funny. This is Detective Steve, and Lego Batman is not the only animated character played by Will Arnett that gets a movie this year.